Dota has popular heroes and unpopular heroes, and in my opinion, it's very important that here today I discuss some of the most popular heroes in Dota and why they are being overpicked. In fact, if you pick these heroes that I'm about to mention, 3 in particular, I do have an honorable mention at the end just because I despise this hero specifically. But if you pick the first 3 heroes in particular, we need to have a therapy session, me and you. Your boy Speed needs to talk to you, alright? We need to figure out a new plan on how you're going to develop yourself in Dota, because frankly, the path you are currently taking, it's just, in my opinion, it's not cutting it. It's not going to work out. So that's why I'm here today. I'm here to tell you to stop picking these heroes. I'm going to give you the alternatives, right? I'm not just going to leave you hanging. I'm going to give you the alternatives, and then I'll speak about an honorable mention towards the end. Also, if you enjoy the content you see on this channel, like the video to help out your boy Speed with the YouTube algorithm, because frankly, it determines a large percentage of whether or not the video does well. And that just helps me make more content. Hopefully I can do this for a long time, so yeah, thanks. Hopefully all of you guys have been watching the recent tournament or the qualifiers for the upcoming tournament that is going to be in Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken, in America, where I live. Let's go, baby. I unfortunately am not going, but I am watching the tournament and following the qualifiers, and over on the main gameleap website, I've just made an analysis for OG versus Bulgaria. If you don't know who Bulgaria is, that's fine, because they're like a 2K stack. However, I just analyzed their game and see what OG did well and what the enemy team did bad, and I plan to do more of these in the future. So if you're interested, click the link down below and you're going to get a lot of great content over there, and especially these qualifier matches that I'll be analyzing. So I'll see you there. Now, getting into the actual content, I want to start off with some statistics. So currently, the most played hero in Dota is Pudge, and I actually don't have an issue with Pudge pickers. I do have an issue with Pudge Aetherland pickers, but I'm going to leave that for another day. In fact, I've already roasted them probably enough. In some Guess the Rank video, I know I really scolded Aetherland's Pudge. But I want to go to the hero below him, below Pudge, and we have Lyon. 4,706,084 matches played this month. The hero has a 28.95% pick rate in all of Dota, and a 49% win rate, which is frankly not impressive for a hero that seemingly is basic, right? But I think the issue with Lyon is that his days are long gone. I do think Lyon has some specific matchups that he can be good in. Let's say Lyon against Morphling or Lyon against Terrorblade can be pretty good, as you can catch them off guard in the early game, burst them down, and take advantage of that fact. But for the most part, Lyon is a 1-armor hero with low movement speed, and spells that don't do that much damage, besides, of course, his ultimate, which is an 160-second cooldown at level 1. That's more than abysmal. So all I'm going to say to you if you pick Lyon, because a lot of you pick Lyon, is you probably should consider a hero like Snapfire. If we just do a brief comparison of the 2 heroes, it's very easy to see why I would recommend a hero like Snapfire over Lyon. Currently, Snapfire has a 51.14% win rate over the month, and only half the games as Lyon. Look at Snapfire in a nutshell. What does this hero provide? 2 nukes that you can max out that do a lot of damage and allow you to one-shot creep waves. So number 1, you can one-shot creep waves. Snapfire, the alternative to Lyon that I'm going to be recommending here, easily wins teamfights alone. His ultimate does more damage than Finger, and it's in an AoE, and it's from max cast range. It's like the longest range spell in Dota, besides I guess Zeusol. Why would you ever want a Finger of Death when you can just spit on people for 60-second less cooldown and win teamfights based off of that? Why would you ever choose Finger of Death, right? The only reason you would is to have slightly more early game gank potential off that level 6 spike where you can kill one person, but it's only one person and it is not necessarily reliable, right? If you mess up, there's no taking it back. Snapfire ulti, you can miss the first 2 shots and then still deal like 1200 damage. It doesn't make any sense. Also, Snapfire is naturally tanky. Not only that, because you can farm creep waves, you get even tankier due to the fact that you can buy bracers, wand, a mech, all of these items. You're a strength hero as Snapfire. Even Ogre Magi is a much better alternative to Lyon. You can push in creep waves with the Ignite DPS talent, which was brought to my attention recently by a Discord gameleap member. And yeah, just please change your mind now. If you're struggling in solo queue and you're picking Lyon, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to give you an easy cop-out. This hero just is so bad. Its right click is awful, its armor is awful, movement speed is awful. I feel like its toolkit is quite abysmal. People rush Blink Dagger on Lyon, so they spend 2,000 gold on an IM that naturally gets them killed. You blink in. I swear every time I watch a Lyon, they're like somehow inside right next to a Sven. Like I've literally watched Lions blink on top of Sven. What are you doing? At least use it where you can blink into an area where you're max cast range on your spells. People just kill themselves. But moving on, because I don't want to harp on how bad I personally think Lyon is in this current meta, I will move on to a hero in the mid role, and that is Invoker. And I know, hands up right now, Speed, you can't put down Invoker. Us Invoker specialists that are level 25 are some of the smartest people in the world. We're unmatched in intelligence. Yeah, but you also have a 48.7% win rate, which is quite abysmal. And you could argue, well, Speed, that's because of a lot of players who don't know how to play Invoker and pick him will just completely feed. And yes, while I agree, for the most part, I can't imagine that most Invoker games aren't by players who actually play Invoker. And sure, this win rate isn't actually that terrible, and I do think that Wex Invoker is fairly decent, but Exhort, in my opinion, is, like, it doesn't get much worse than Exhort Invoker, in my opinion. You are unbelievably easy to kill throughout almost every stage of the game. You're not mobile, you don't have mobility, right? It takes a long time to get a BKB, assuming you're going to go other items in between, right? Maybe like an Atos, the Axe for the Cataclysm, whatever it is, whatever you buy on Invoker nowadays. But you don't farm fast, you don't shove waves effectively, you don't lane well, you get countered in lane by multiple heroes, your teamfight impact isn't that impressive because you need setup to make most of it work unless you are perfectly positioned, which frankly isn't reliable. Why wouldn't you just pick a hero like Zeus? Why not pick Zeus? The hero has a 52.72% win rate in this month, right? That's a full like 4% higher, and he's easy to play. Also, he can win the lane if you're good at him, right? Zeus has more damage than Invoker. Zeus has more damage than Invoker at level 1. Zeus. Why would you pick Invoker? Actually, Zeus has a lot more damage than a lot of heroes in Dota. Frankly, Zeus's right click is hella underrated. Mask of Madness, Armlet Zeus, guys, that, whew, damn, I'm gonna make a video on that soon for sure. But no joke, like, why wouldn't you just pick Zeus? You clear creep waves with your Q, you can farm stacks with your Q if you decide to max it out. Your teamfight impact is very straightforward. All you have to do is buy an Aether Lens and both people as well as spam your spells. It really doesn't get easier than Zeus. A Meteor combo does, like, considering how hard it is to actually get the full duration, the average Meteor combo, I would argue, does significantly less damage than Zeus just casting all of his spells on someone. Why would you play Invoker? Don't even spend the time. Literally, if you were planning on playing Invoker, I'm gonna ruin your fun and I'm gonna make you hate Dota for the rest of your life. Just move on now. You still have the chance, right? I love you, right? Speed loves you. And that's why I'm telling you, give up on your dreams, right? It's all over. Just stick to Zeus. Next up is Tiny. Now, this one for me is a bit weird because the hero has a lot of potential and it's being picked in the pro scene. I don't think it's a bad hero. I just think this is a very difficult hero that, similar to Invoker, unless you are at the top level of this hero, I don't think you're going to get the value you want out of it, right? Tossback has been nerfed over and over again. Toss is now a 17-second cooldown. Its range is only 1,000. That is quite mediocre at best. I literally watched a Tiny recently lose a first blood because he couldn't toss someone far enough. Like, I am 100% sure the old Tiny would have gotten the kill. And it just makes me sad, right? It literally makes me sad. I think this version of Tiny has been nerfed way too much. I think as a core, the tree grab has been nerfed too much. I think for a roaming, its toss has been nerfed a bit too much. And that's why the hero's win rate is a staggering 45% win rate over 1,600,000 games. That is terrible. It is terrible. It's one of the lowest in Dota right now. It's that bad, right? And I really just think it's because this hero is quite difficult to play. I also agree, and I will admit that this hero's win rate is probably a bit lower than it should be due to the fact that Tiny Airlines has recently been growing its businesses. And it really does hurt the overall win rate of Tiny, right? We're trying to shut them down. The government is putting some laws into place to hopefully deal with it, but I don't know. I don't know how fast Valve is with passing these acts. Regardless, all I want to say is if you're a 4 player, I generally would recommend picking a hero like Clockwork over the likes of Tiny. Reason being is it's just easier. Like, when you're ganking someone as Tiny, you have to walk up, you have to avalanche, which has been nerfed as well. It used to be 1.8 seconds of stun, now it's only 1.4, which is actually a massive deal. It's like a 20% decrease. Its toss is lower range. You also have to be good at tossing, you have to be good at moving your camera and clicking the right target. It's easy to misclick, right, because you can easily throw a creep. It's hard, but Clockwork, you walk up, you click your Q, you click your W, easy cash, right? Literally easy cash. Also, Clockwork has been doing extremely well lately. Like, I just want to mention that I think Clockwork is a very underrated hero right now. The hero has a 54% win rate. 54% win rate. That is insane. And I think the main reason why this works is I've been watching a lot of low MMR Dota recently, and what I noticed is that the supports don't buy 4 stats, they don't buy glimmers, they don't buy a lot of stats. I've known this for a while, but my beliefs have increased more and more, and it makes me upset. But basically, Clockwork can solo kill any of these heroes throughout the majority of the game. In fact, you can even deal with all the carries who rush Battle Fury with no boots, no Wraith Bands, or no wand. And yeah, that's why Clockwork's really good. If you hit level 3, you can solo kill almost any support in the game if you catch them out of position. It's really easy to gank mid. You just walk in, you click your Q, you click your W when they're not paying attention. And for that reason, yeah, it's just, I don't know, why not just pick Clockwork? Your hero literally has a 9% win rate higher. It's just so crazy to me that it's that big of a difference, but it just is, so I'd keep that in mind. And finally, as an honorable mention, this has to be my least favorite carry right now in all of Dota. I'm not kidding, I despise watching this hero in every single bracket. In fact, I believe in the Divine bracket and up, 5k MMR and up, it has a 45% win rate. Its win rate on Dota buff is like a 51% over the month, which makes it seem like, oh, this is a pretty good hero, right? It must be pretty good this patch. No! It's not! Dude, I hate Phantom Assassin. It's like, what does this hero do well? What does Phantom Assassin do that other heroes can't? It doesn't lane well. Don't tell me it lanes well. I actually read a discussion in the gameleap chat where they said that this hero farms well. It doesn't lane well. It does not farm well. There is no way you can argue to me a hero that does not have illusions, a way to amplify farm besides some attack speed on Blink Strike, which frankly is not that good, right? Can flash farm. It has no cleave. It has no illusions. It does not have a Phantom Rush. It doesn't have Mirror Image plus Riptide. How does this hero farm well? At least make it a hero like Slaughter where it lanes well. The only thing that PA has going for it is the fact that low MMR players don't pressure lanes properly and don't flash farm. And as a result, PA gets away with it and then is the same net worth as all these other heroes, and 1v1 with the same net worth, PA generally does okay. But the problem is, if that's not the case and you get higher MMR and you grind with this hero and this is your type of hero that you've been learning with, all of a sudden, you just know how to play only PA, who I frankly think is a brain-dead carry. You just click dagger, you sit in lane, and you get as many CS as you can. You barely can jungle. You hope to get a Deso and then a BKB. Maybe you buy a Battle Fury if for whatever godforsaken reason you decided to be allowed to have a lane in that Dota 2 match. Just please pick PO or Naga or Slark. Like, why not just pick Slark? Why not just pick Slark? He's at least hard to kill and can sort of fight early game, and you can buy a Diffusal and actually have impact. Like, why not just pick Slark? No, but in all seriousness, I think this hero is okay in very low MMR. As I said, I think you can get away with it. In my opinion, it just doesn't teach you how to flash farm and play consistent Dota. It teaches you how to play, like, fight brawly Dota, which I am a massive anti-proponent of. What is that word? Hater? I'm a big hater of it. But yeah, hopefully you guys can take some of these suggestions to your heart. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section down below. And yeah, I mean, I just want to hear what you guys think are overrated heroes of this current patch, because everyone has them, right? It's like when you see a certain hero draft, you just want to like throw up in your mouth. I get that. I've always had that. You just kind of got to push past it and still try your best. But really, I mean, good luck in your games, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Are you tired of being hard stuck at your rank? Over at gameleap.com, we have a library of hundreds of guides authored by pro players and coaches covering literally every aspect of Dota. Whether you're looking to master a new hero or role, or just polish up your existing skills, GameLeap is the proven place for competitive gamers to hone their craft and unlock their secret potential. Hit the link on screen right now, to take advantage of our special offer for a 25% discount, guys. 25%, and start your journey today.